It was just another normal night. Nothing unusual. Nothing strange. The kind of night where everything feels quiet, predictable. Daniel was sitting alone in his apartment. A small, dimly lit room. A single lamp glowing in the corner. His phone in his hand. Scrolling endlessly. Social media videos. Random posts. Doing absolutely nothing. Just like millions of people do every single day. Outside, the city was alive. Cars passing by. Distant sirens echoing through the streets. People living their lives. But inside that room, everything felt still. Almost too still. Until suddenly, his phone vibrated. A faint glitch sound. Daniel barely reacted at first. He thought it was just another notification. Another useless message. But when he looked at the screen, something felt off. There was no name, no number, no profile picture, just a blank sender. His eyebrows tightened, confusion slowly turning into curiosity. Probably a bug, he whispered to himself. But still, he opened the message, and what he read made his heart skip a beat. Do not go outside tomorrow. For a second, he just stared at the screen, trying to process what he just saw. Then suddenly, he let out a small laugh. Yeah, right, he muttered. Some kind of prank. But even as he said it, something inside him didn't agree, because the message didn't feel like a joke. There was no emoji, no slang, no explanation, just a warning, short, direct, and cold. And for some reason, it stayed in his mind. The next morning, Daniel woke up earlier than usual. Not because he wanted to, but because his mind wouldn't let him sleep. That message kept replaying in his head. Do not go outside tomorrow. He sat on his bed, staring at his phone again, checking the message. Still there. Still the same. No sender. No replies. Nothing. He tried to shake it off. Made coffee. Turned on the TV. Tried to distract himself. But it didn't work. Because now, questions were starting to grow. Who sent it? How did they get his number? Why him? And the biggest question of all, what if it's real? He laughed again. But this time, it wasn't confident. It was nervous. Hours passed, and Daniel stood near his apartment door, dressed for work, bag on his shoulder, hand slowly reaching for the handle. This was the moment, the decision. Ignore the message, or listen to it. Come on, don't be stupid, he told himself. It's just a message. But right as his fingers touched the handle, his phone vibrated again. Sharp glitch sound. He froze. Slowly, he pulled his phone out of his pocket and looked at the screen. Same blank sender. Another message. If you step outside, you will die. This time, there was no laughter. No jokes. Just silence. His heart started pounding. Louder, faster. His breathing became heavy. This isn't normal, he whispered. This isn't normal. Slowly, he stepped back, away from the door, away from the outside world. He locked the door, sat down on the couch, and just stared into nothing, trying to calm himself, trying to think logically. Maybe someone's watching me. Maybe it's a prank. Maybe. But deep down, he knew this was something else. Hours passed. Nothing happened. Everything felt normal again. Too normal. Like the calm before a storm. Until, exactly at 3:17 p.m., a loud noise shattered the silence. A violent crash sound. Metal crushing. Glass breaking. People screaming. Daniel jumped up, heart racing, and ran to the window. What he saw made his body freeze.
Un massif accident.
Cars completely destroyed, smoke rising into the air, people running in panic, sirens getting louder. And then it hit him. This was the exact time he leaves for work. If he had stepped outside, just like he always does, he would have been there, right there. His hands started shaking. His legs felt weak. And slowly, he stepped back from the window. "The message," he whispered. "It saved me." But instead of relief, fear took over. Because now, this wasn't a joke anymore. That night, as darkness filled the room once again, his phone vibrated. "This is just the beginning." Daniel swallowed hard. "What do you want from me?" he asked softly, but there was no answer. Days passed, and the messages continued, each one predicting something before it happened. A fire in a nearby building, and hours later, flames filled the sky. A robbery down the street, and soon after, police sirens echoed through the night. Even a sudden blackout, the entire city going dark, just like the message said. Everything came true. First, felt like a gift, like someone or something was protecting him, guiding him, keeping him safe. He started relying on the messages, waiting for them, trusting them. But then, everything changed. One night, at exactly 2:00 a.m., his phone lit up again. "Tomorrow you will die." Daniel's entire body went cold. No. No, no, no. This can't be happening. He stood up, pacing back and forth, running his hands through his hair, trying to think, trying to find a way out. That night, he didn't sleep, not even for a second. His eyes stayed locked on the clock, watching every minute pass, waiting, dreading. Morning came, and Daniel made a decision. He would not leave his apartment, no matter what. Hours passed. Nothing happened. Afternoon, still nothing. Evening, everything seemed normal. A small sense of hope appeared. "Maybe I changed it," he whispered. "Maybe I escaped it." But then, at exactly 6:42 p.m., his phone vibrated again. "You cannot escape what's already happened." Daniel's heart dropped. What does that mean? And then, he heard it. A faint sound. Behind him. Footsteps. Slow, heavy, deliberate. Inside his apartment. His breath stopped. His body froze. He knew he was alone. He locked the door. He checked everything. But now, he wasn't so sure. Slowly, very slowly, he turned around. And standing there, in the darkness, was someone. Or something. It looked exactly like him. Same face, same clothes, same expression. But the eyes were empty, cold, lifeless. Daniel stepped back, terrified. "Who are you?" he whispered. The figure tilted its head slightly, and then spoke. In a cold, emotionless voice. "I'm you. From tomorrow." Daniel's heart stopped. "You were never receiving messages," the figure continued. "You were sending them. Every warning, every message, every prediction was sent by him, his future self, trying to change something that cannot be changed." Daniel shook his head in disbelief. No, that's not possible. But deep down, he knew. The final message appeared on his phone. This is the moment. The future version of him stepped forward, closer and closer, until everything went black. Music slowly fades out. Some say Daniel disappeared that night. No body. No trace. No explanation. Just silence. But one thing was left behind. His phone. Lying on the floor. Still working. Still active. Still receiving messages. From the future. What if the next message is for you?